All right, let's talk about digital marketing. Does it ever feel, well, just plain chaotic? Like you're juggling a million things at once, but you're not really sure what's moving the needle? Well, today we're going to fix that. We are going to turn all that chaos into a crystal clear strategy by focusing on the incredible power of well-defined goals. Does this feel a little too familiar? You're posting on social, you're running ads, sending out emails, but it just feels like you're drifting, right? Kind of hoping you'll eventually wash up somewhere amazing. It's a super common feeling, so believe me, you are definitely not alone. And this quote it nails it, doesn't it? Marketing without goals is exactly like sailing blind. So today, we're going to show you how to find your compass, and more importantly, how to chart a direct course to where you actually want to go. Now, when you're marketing without that compass, the costs add up, and they add up fast. And I'm not just talking about the money you might waste on ads that don't convert. I'm talking about wasted time, a frustrated team, and so many missed opportunities. It's the huge price you pay for being busy instead of being effective. But here's the good news. Finding your direction, it isn't some big, complicated secret. It all starts with identifying your North Star. Those foundational goals that are going to guide every single decision you make from here on out. These goals, these are your compass. So when you boil it all down, pretty much every digital marketing activity you can think of traces back to one of these three core objectives. You can think of them like the three legs of a stool. If one is missing, your whole strategy is going to feel pretty wobbly. Let's break each one down. First up, brand awareness. Put simply, before anyone can buy from you or even think about you, they have to know you exist. It's all about cutting through that incredible amount of online noise, which is why, according to Hootsuite, a massive 93% of marketers are on social media just trying to get their name out there. Okay, next up, driving traffic. Once people know who you are, you've got to get them to your digital front door, your website. It's the absolute lifeblood of any online business, which makes it no surprise that HubSpot found that 64% of marketers are actively pouring resources into things like SEO just to bring people in. But let's be real, traffic alone doesn't pay the bills, right? The third, and you could argue most final goal, is boosting conversions. This is about turning those casual visitors into people who take action, whether it's making a purchase, signing up for your newsletter, or becoming a loyal fan. And just how powerful can a good conversion strategy be? Well, get ready for this. According to Litmus, for every single dollar spent on email marketing, the average return is a staggering $36. That's proof that having a focused goal for conversion can yield absolutely massive results. So if your goals are your compass, what's next? Well, every good explorer needs a map, and that's exactly what frameworks are. They give you a step-by-step path to follow, making sure you hit all the right landmarks on your journey to success. We're going to look at two really powerful maps today. First is the race model, which is fantastic for really visualizing the customer's entire journey, from a total stranger to a raving fan. Then there's the 5S framework, which is excellent for making sure your marketing goals are locked in tight with your core business objectives. So let's check out the race model first. Think of it as the complete story of a customer's journey with you. It starts with reach. You grab their attention, maybe with a social media post. Then act. They interact. They click a link to your blog. Next is convert. They take a bigger step, like signing up for your newsletter. And finally, engage, where you build a lasting relationship through awesome content. See, it covers every single stage. Okay, on to our second map, the 5S framework. Now, this model is all about making sure your marketing isn't just off in its own creative little bubble, but that it's directly helping the entire business grow and succeed. The 5S's here are super straightforward, but really powerful. You've got sell, that's the obvious one, right? Driving revenue. But then there's serve, which is all about adding real value for your customers, a goal that's surprisingly easy to forget. Speak is about having a two-way conversation, not just shouting into the void. Save keeps you honest by optimizing costs and being efficient. And my personal favorite, sizzle. That's the magic, the excitement that strengthens your brand and keeps people coming back. And what's so great about this framework is that it forces you to tie every single goal to a real-world measurable metric. Serve isn't just some vague idea anymore. You can actually measure it with customer satisfaction scores. Sizzle isn't just hype. You can track it with customer retention rates. It makes your whole strategy tangible. Of course, even the best map in the world is going to have warnings about tricky terrain ahead, so having the compass and the map is absolutely essential. But you also need to know how to navigate the common obstacles you're almost guaranteed to face. Let's talk about three big ones to watch for. First, this digital world is always changing, which means you have to be learning constantly. It's just non-negotiable. Second, with all the growing concerns around privacy, building trust through total transparency is everything. And finally, in markets that are more crowded than ever, the only way you're going to win is to clearly define and shout about what makes you uniquely valuable. So let's bring it all home. We've gone from being totally lost at sea to being fully equipped with the tools we need for a successful voyage. This is really about turning that initial overwhelming feeling of chaos into a clear, actionable, and most importantly, a winning strategy. If you take only one thing away from this explainer today, please let it be this. Clear goals are your compass. They tell you exactly where to go. And frameworks are your map. They show you precisely how to get there. It really is that simple. And that just leaves us with one final question to think about. You now have the tools. You can navigate your marketing journey with real confidence. So take a hard look at your own strategy. Where are you going to point that compass first?